In this video we're going to look at inserting a citation for books where we have a corporate author, a book with editors and a book chapter. The first thing we need to do is make sure that the References tab has been selected and that the style is chosen as APA 6th edition. Then we need to insert our cursor where we want to insert our in-text citation. The first one we're going to look at is a corporate author. If you click on the citation and choose the menu, you can actually edit this source, so we can actually see what data has been entered for this item. You'll notice we don't enter information under author. We choose the corporate author box and enter the name of either a corporate author would include perhaps a company, an organisation, an association, or perhaps the name of a government department. You would enter the other information as you would for a book, and you'll notice here under publisher we've entered the word author. In APA, if the publisher is the same as the author, you only need to enter the word author without actually having to repeat this. So the publisher here was the Institute of Engineers Australia, so instead of repeating it again in this second field, we can just enter author. Enter information about edition, if there's an edition second or above, and if you retrieve the item electronically, you would include either its URL or its DOI, which is the Digital Object Identifier. In our second example, we're going to use a book with editors. So for this particular item, we don't enter information in the author field because the people who were listed at the front of this book were indicated as being editors. So we use the editor field and include their information there. Enter other information as you would for a book, including edition or electronic retrieval statement. And for this particular citation, it would be useful to include a page number, so we need to edit the citation and we would add in a page number. In our third example, we're using a direct quote, and it's a direct quote of more than 40 words. So it differs slightly from a short quote, which is an example here at the top, where we have talking marks at the beginning and end of the quote, and the quote is included within the normal sentence or paragraph. If it's a long quote, you would format it like this, where you would indent the information and you don't include the talking marks at the beginning and the end. So we need to insert our citation here, and in this case it's a book chapter. Because it is a book chapter, we've chosen a different type of source, which is book section. That gives us the option to enter an author, and this is the author of that particular chapter. This particular book has editors, and each particular chapter has a different author. This title here is the title of the chapter, and we have the book title field to actually enter in the title of the book as a whole. We also need to enter the pages, the beginning and end pages of that particular section. We would have any edition statements if required, and the electronic retrieval information if it was retrieved that way. Now, because it is actually a citation, a direct quotation, we do need to include the page numbers, so we would add that information in. We might want to have a look at manage sources. Let's have a look at the book with editors. You'll notice here when an editor is being used, that word 2010 automatically puts in this information here. This is our example of the book chapter, and you'll notice how the in-text citation would be referenced. It would have the author of the chapter, the title, and it'll have this statement in, which indicates that this is actually a section or a chapter of this particular book edited by these people.